What's up, guys? You are on the air and off the books with Bethann and Samantha, and today we have a special guest, Brittany, Teen Librarian of ATD.
Hello, hello.
She is here with us because we decided to read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong.
She was also probably threatened a little.
Yes.
Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
We threatened her and told her if she didn't get on the podcast with us that she was fired. So obviously she had to.
I got bills
today. Here we are doing the podcast. So, okay, first off, what did we think of the book before we get into it?
Okay, so I haven't finished it. Shocker!
What?
But I really love it so far. I think for me it's going to be like a 4.8 or a 5 out of 5 for sure. I can predict that by now. And
Yeah.
I'm not very far because I'm the worst, but
I think that's pretty good considering you don't really like romance.
I don't
that's
like
true.
romance. But it has a supernatural element to it.
Yeah.
So I think that really helped it along a lot. And she didn't I'll save that for later actually. What did you think?
What did you think?
I'm the one that suggested it.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed it. I initially suggested it because the sequel to it was coming out, and it was fresh in my brain. And this is a duology.
Two.
So
Which
that
is two.
means that there will
Two.
only be two, and that's all. If you've never heard
Unless the author decides otherwise.
Yeah,
that
that's
does
very
happen.
true.
That's happened sometimes.
but maybe not. Did you both have read the second one as well?
I have started the second one. I am not finished.
Okay, because I didn't know if it wrapped up with a nice, pretty bow for it to feel like it ended.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it ends tragically, though, right?
Well, I mean,
Kind
if it's
of.
after what we think, what she says that it's after, we need to give a description. before
Okay,
we say
hold
it.
up. Beep, beep. Well, okay, first off, I really liked it. It was like a 4, okay, it could have been like a 4.9 for me, but it was like 4.7 because there was not enough romance. Okay?
Wow.
There was not enough,
Okay.
there was not enough spice. I needed more.
It's a teen book.
It's a teen book.
So there's not going to be as much spice as there would be if it was an adult book.
It's like a
preface
mild.
that.
It's a mild spicy.
What do they call those, like slow burns or whatever?
Yes, it is definitely a slow burn.
It's a weird kind of slow burn. It's a slow burn where the relationship has technically already happened.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
Like, and there's this weird, like, tension happening here.
Yeah.
Like, so if you like that
Yeah.
angst, then this is also the book
And
for
I'm
you.
just like, come on!
Yeah, it's like enemies to lovers to enemies
to
to
friends to lovers.
friends to lovers.
At least they naturally progress healthily. Like,
Kind of.
That's
kind
debatable.
of, like-
That's debatable.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of, but at least they become friends and then they become, like,
It makes sense.
yes, like, it's not as, like, I hate you, I love you.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of
Which
stuff
is
like
what
that.
I like.
Which
But
is
it's
like,
fine.
I'm gonna beat you up and then we're gonna fall in
Yeah.
love. And then
Yeah.
it's just like,
Like, I'm gonna hold you captive and, like, murder all these people, and then we're gonna
you
fall
are
in
going
love.
to love
How
me.
cute is that?
It's not
So
at all cute.
It is
It's actually
goals.
very concerning, so.
It's fine, guys. Okay, we're gonna let Brittany explain, give a little synopsis of the book. Go.
Okay, so how I always like to describe it is that it is a sort of retelling of Romeo and Juliet set in 1920s Shanghai, China, with like a little supernatural twist to it. It's not too heavy on the supernatural. It's not too heavy on the romance aspect of it. So you have Juliet Kai, Chinese native. She went off to America for a little bit, came back with the name Juliet. That's what everyone calls her. Once upon a time, she was in love with Roma Montagov,
Yes.
who is Russian, currently living with his family and a few of his people in China. And they are in rival gangs.
Yes, which makes it so much cooler.
Yes. And Roma betrayed Juliet. We don't know why at the beginning or how. And that kind of unfolds during the book. And then some supernatural shenanigans start to happen.
Big shenanigans.
Big shenanigans.
All the
and
shenanigans.
It brings the two of them back together, but they have to keep it secret because rival gangs.
Yes, and they're called the Scarlets. Juliet's gang is the Scarlets, and then Roma's are the White Flowers.
And they're Russian, so it's the Russian. It's very interesting history. I really enjoyed the history part of it.
Yeah.
Samantha really
I don't
enjoyed
think it was
that.
too heavy on like the 1920s vibes though, because I did not like if it did not say that it was set in the 1920s, I would have never guessed that it was.
I think it's more about like socio-political what was happening rather than
like the gangs and
technology.
how right and how like
Yeah.
all of that existed in China at the time and how it was this big like port for all of those different things. I think that's really interesting.
Like,
You could dive deep into all of
and,
that.
like different foreigners coming into the country, changing things. The fact that Juliet and I believe Catherine and Rosalind all went to America, and well, it's not really a spoiler if I say this. While they were in America, they adopted more American names, kind of as a way to fit in.
Yeah. It's
And-
very interesting, like the migration of it, like how they go there for their education essentially, or like to be protected or whatever, and then like how that changes the way that they see themselves in society, especially over in another country, because like at that time the flappers and everything like that. So she's coming back bigger, badder, bolder. Like,
and it's kind of going against these more traditional ideals.
exactly, because China at the time is very steeped in tradition. I mean, in their culture. So I like that part of it.
Yeah.
I like history.
It was really good. Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen in book 2?
I have no idea because I'm not done with
Oh,
one
yeah.
yet.
Okay, so I can't spoil it for you, so I won't tell you what I think's gonna happen.
I am gonna finish it, like for real. I have a few books that I'm still trying to finish that are part of this podcast.
I think that my favorite part of the book, it was like at the very end where they're all in the hospital and like they fake spoiler alert, stop here. They fake homeboys, what's his name? Marshall?
I think it's Marshall.
Marshall? They fake his death. Like Juliet and him fake Marshall's death so that they can all get out of the hospital safely and not all be deceased. But
We're not going to say why.
yes, we will not say why. I will not spoil it for you. But that was my favorite part. I was like, because I was just so mad. I was like, what the freaking heck, for one.
What is this?
Back up.
I also really like how she comes out right immediately and says that it's inspired by Romeo and Juliet. She doesn't hide that.
No.
Yeah.
Like some people like mess around and like you're instantly like this is Romeo and Juliet retelling, and then they're just like I don't know what you're talking about.
She's like, no,
like
it is.
this is it.
And
Yeah.
like between the two books, it definitely runs through the play of Romeo and Juliet, but not quite how you would expect it to.
Exactly.
Also, we apologize for the noise in the background.
We had no idea that there would be drilling.
Yeah. So, that's great for us.
For elevator power stuff.
It might be for the elevator, which is hopefully getting.
I think they're sweeping.
There's a lot of
know.
noise
There's a lot
happening.
of
We don't know
noise
what's happening.
Sorry, guys.
But I really like that because she didn't hide it, and that makes me appreciate it more.
But it was also very obvious because Juliet and Roma.
Yeah.
Right, but that's how she like accepted it, said it
Yeah.
right off the bat. Like you
Yeah.
know what you're getting, but it's so much better than that story, I think, because it just is. Like I would rather read that than actually Romeo and Juliet. to be
Yeah.
honest.
I like.
That's
There's
because
a
this
lot.
one has the supernatural element.
Yes.
Romeo and Juliet is just a romantic
Just some
tragedy.
kids dying over each other. And it's like
yeah, for
seriously.
no reason.
Like hormones, like get over yourselves. You're gonna get married and hate each other.
You're like 12.
In this book, there's a reason for it.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's just like okay, all right, I like it. And they're older, and it's like more current. Like the
It makes more sense.
makes a lot more sense.
I feel like there's a lot of fairy tale retellings.
Lately,
Yeah.
Yes.
I think a lot of them moved into public domain.
Yeah.
So they're just like,
Oh.
let's gobble them up.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
So if you read this and you really like it, I would also suggest A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I think that's it's not a fairy tale, but it's like it's like a Hades and Persephone retelling, which is really good.
Yeah, Lore Olympus is a new graphic novel that just came out, and I think it's young adult. It's either adult or young adult. I can't remember. I don't know. But it's a Hades and Persephone retelling, but the artwork is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It is brilliant, and it's a love story, and I really love that, which is kind of odd as well, but so
yeah,
good.
That is surprising.
You should definitely check that out. I think I like the art. I think that's what really gets me.
Yeah.
It's very good. We have that as in the library as well. Never fear.
Never fear, the library
book is here.
Yes. Also, we do have these Violent Delights and our Violent Ends in, right?
Yes.
Physical copies.
We have physical copies. We have ebooks as well.
And we have an audiobook. That is how I am enjoying this book.
Yes. So you guys need to come into the library, check it out, then ask us, obviously, for book suggestions, and then we'll direct you right away to the naturals, obviously,
First
because
and foremost.
that's what you have to start
We
with.
haven't name dropped that in a while.
That's how we started.
Listen, that's our origin
So
story,
that is how
okay?
you will start.
That's how these superheroes / supervillains started.
Yeah.
It's the natural series.
Yes, and that is why we are sitting here today with Brittany
Before
talking
you. Yes.
about books.
Did you like the natural series?
I did. It was really good.
Yeah, it was.
also really enjoying the Inheritance games.
Oh
Yes.
man! Oh my gosh, it's so good. When's the next one coming out?
I think she's just a genius author.
Dude, she's so good.
The next one's coming out in August.
Oh, too far, man.
Already pre-ordered,
And
obviously.
it's gonna make me want to skip summer just to get there, and that's not fair, Barnes. That's not fair.
Yeah,
Come on, Jen. Jeez.
If you would just send us like an advanced reader copy.
We wouldn't be mad. Sign it, We can fight over it later in the parking lot.
Yeah. Send us an email, be on our podcast. No big deal.
It's fine, no pressure.
We will literally review the crap out of your books and give you I don't even know, 5 stars all around because
Always, forever.
you're the best, and you know what? You can be on our podcast. We don't have
We can
30.
talk about it in the middle of another episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Always.
We don't have $30,000 to pay you, but if you want to do it out of the kindness of your heart, we're always down for that. Yeah.
Cutting full circle.
Yes.
Is there anything
So-
going on in the teen department that you want to share at all for summer reading program? Anything that you're reading or suggest that you're ordering? What would you like to say, Brittany?
Oh,
The world
boy.
is your stage.
Putting me on the spot.
Absolutely.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alrighty, so every week throughout the summer reading program, we'll be having a different program. They're mostly craft-based, and they're ocean-themed. I'm not going to give it away. I feel like it should be a little bit of a surprise.
I like that. We like
And then
surprises.
the last 3 Fridays of the summer reading program, we'll be doing an escape room.
Bomb.com, man.
I'm going
It's
to
going
go.
to be in the meeting room
Chelsea.
in our basement of Maine.
We can still go through it.
Yes, it's going to be in the basement and meeting rooms A and B, and we'll be there.
Yeah.
Obviously.
We'll be
Because
in
I'm
there.
going to make them help me.
Yep.
It's going to look so good, too. They're decorating as we speak. I
We
really
should wear
think.
all black. Be official.
Like ninjas or something?
We need all black, and we need to ask IT for walkie-talkies because why not?
Have like the little CIA headsets.
Yeah,
and
we have
everything.
some.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
thank
Oh,
you.
no, I
Those
shouldn't
things
have
are
said
awful.
anything.
Those things are awful.
And we
They
can
are.
come up with nicknames. Like you can be what would your nickname
You were all ready, and then you had to come up with one.
Reluctant dog mom.
Yes.
That's her name.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Reluctant. It's true.
I'll be life ruiner.
Life. Oh no. This is too much. Okay. Anything that you're
great.
reading now that you want to suggest as far as YA?
It really depends on what you're into.
True that.
Lately, especially because Pride Month
Mm-hmm.
is happening, I've been reading a lot of LGBTQA books. And I've suggested this one to both of you a couple times, but Iron Widow by Jiran J. Zhao.
That is a serious,
it's-
cool name. And
It's
serious.
a great
Serious,
book.
serious.
I'm blanking on how to describe it right now, but it's a really good book. It's a retelling of China's first and only female emperor,
Oh.
Wu Zetian.
Huh.
it
You're really
is.
into Chinese history right now.
I blame the author. So
Okay.
something cool. She's actually on YouTube.
Oh.
And she's done a few videos where she analyzes different movies and like a few television shows that feature like Chinese actors, Chinese like ideas. Like I think her first video, she was going over like like evaluating the Chinese influences and like how they did Mulan,
Oh.
like the original cartoon
That
version.
should be very interesting.
And then she went and did the live action one and roasted it.
Yeah,
I
because
bet
it's
they probably-
trash.
Yeah.
She also went over like Kung Fu Panda, Mulan 2, and she just kind of talks about like how they did.
Yeah.
And
That would be actually really cool.
then she did like a few other movies and television shows. It's really cool.
I'm knee deep in Korean films right now.
Yes,
I
you
can't stop.
are. And
Can't
I
stop,
still
won't
haven't
stop.
watched that show yet.
Yeah, if you like Korean shows, All of Us Are Dead. Please
It's a zombie
watch it.
show, and it's definitely not for children. So
It
don't
is
do that.
so good. I don't even like zombies, and now all of a sudden I'm a zombie lover. But all because All of Us Are Dead, and now I'm knee deep in
This
The
would
Walking
be
Dead.
super impressive if you love it now because you never liked anything I've suggested to you, and I love zombies.
know.
They're like life, okay? And
You're gonna like
Except
call me
not.
and be like,
except not.
Except
not.
you're like life, but like not.
But like
they're unlife.
They're so unlike.
So it better be amazing, or I'm gonna be so sorely disappointed, and then wonder why. What's wrong? with
Yes,
me.
watch that, and then obviously watch Squid Games because
I haven't even seen that.
It's
yet.
amazing.
I spoiled it for myself.
I loved it. It was so
It's
great.
fine. I wasn't too in on it.
It was really good, and they're making a second season, so
Sweet Home was my favorite Korean one that I just watched and finished.
I need to watch that.
It's very good.
But you guys
Okay, you
need
can
to.
see any of this unless you have Netflix. Back on track.
Okay, so you got to buy Netflix. Disclaimer: it's fine.
It's not. We're not an ad
Do the
for
free
that.
trial and like binge it
Not
all.
sponsored.
Certainly not advocating piracy over here.
No, absolutely
No,
not.
not me.
Do
Don't
not
that.
illegally download
Don't
anything.
do-
No,
don't
no.
Do not illegally stream.
Watching
Do not
you,
Google
don't you
it.
do it. I'm watching you.
Do
and so is
not.
the government.
Do
Stop.
not update your virus software.
Do not hack your Roku stick. No.
Oh my gosh! Don't do those.
Don't do these things.
Things you shouldn't do.
Oh,
Hashtag
thanks for
don't
joining
do it.
us.
Okay, but join us
Digging
next
a
week.
hole.
Join us next week. We're talking about, I have no idea, but it's definitely going to be a book.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be great.
And I have finished this book for sure.
Yes, so I believe it's actually.
What we've read personally.
It is. No, that is
Just
actually last week, but we haven't recorded it yet. So I think that we're going to be
We are
reading.
pro status, guys.
It's called. It's a crime. It's a crime. A crime thriller. A thriller. A thrimer. A kriller. We haven't done one of those in a while, in a hot second. So you guys need to join us next week as we talk about that, and definitely go back because we're weird and we don't record in order sometimes. So go back to last week. You're in the future.
The book I
Woo.
just finished. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. So yes, join us next week, and we will see you guys later. Thank you, Brittany, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Woo. Bye.
Bye.